right, everybody. And we're live. Hope everybody's doing good. You guys in the chat, let us know if you can see us okay. I've had some weird fluctuations with the signal here. But welcome in, everybody. Glad you're here. Got a fun one tonight. There's Kevin. Good to see you, man. All right. Okay. So, welcome in, everybody. Or welcome our guests. Glad you guys are here. So, I have, you guys know, Jolly Roger, the one and only. And you guys should be, hold on, did I unmute you guys? I didn't. It's a good thing we didn't start talking yet. So yeah, we got Jolly Roger here, and then I've got Mike with Cut Rate History. And
Howdy.
yeah, thank you guys for being here.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yep.
So let's see. Okay, levels look good. Yeah, for some reason, right as we started, the signal just started doing the wave, and it was weird. It looked like we lost some people, but then we gained some people. I don't know. So anyway, if everybody's good, you can hear us, you can see us, we're good. Sorry, you can see us. It's not exactly you know. So we got Seaman here, we got Service Rifle here. Yeah, we the Service Rifle. The reason for the smaller windows is just so you can see all of us together. You know, limitations of the technology. Hot dogs and Apple Jacks. That sounds terrible, Kevin, by the way.
I hate that. I hate that.
That's like ketchup flavored ice cream. I'm kind of mad about it.
Yeah.
All right, there's JRK. What's up, man? Haven't talked to you in
Thank
forever.
you.
Yeah, it's good to see you here. DB, no worries, man. No worries. All right. Yeah, we got Frank Vallone. Frank, I think, is a newer subscriber. Been seeing him in the comments on the videos. Glad you're here, man. Hello from Indiana, he says.
Yeah, not too far from me then.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Hey, Frank, I'm over in Ohio.
And Mike, you're in Texas.
Texas, yeah.
Why did I don't know why I thought you were like in Arizona or something.
Not that far west.
Yeah.
I work in New Mexico a lot, but
Okay. Yeah, for some reason I just had it in my head that you were Arizona guy.
I'd go bug Ian from Forgotten Weapons if I lived in Arizona.
There you go. C-Man says Josh has to have his guitars in the shot, which is important. I don't even have all of them. Like, I didn't even pull the Martins over to make sure. I think the Martins are more interesting to have in the shot, if there's anything. Yeah, Mayonnaise Jello is here. What's up, man? Always frequenting the live stream. So, let's just get right into it, man. We've got a nice, chill stream for you guys. We're just going to hang out. We got some topics that we're going to bring up, but we want to hear from you guys. We're going to be paying attention to the chats the whole time, so join us if you would. Before we get started into the topics, oh, Matt's here. I was hoping Matt was going to be here.
Hey, Matt.
Matt is my favorite Matt Hickam in the whole world. No, he's a great guy. I'm going to get him on here on the live streams one of these days. Yeah, Frank, no problem. Better late than never. I didn't know you were. Yeah, that's right. You're on Patreon. That's right. Yeah, glad you're here, man. All right, so before we get into some of the topics for discussion here, I want to tease some upcoming videos. Let me tell you guys, we have some bangers, some real bangers. So Jolly Roger's coming next week to the swamp, to the deep south. And we're going to have in one room 2 real pre-wars, 3 World War One pre-war reproductions. How many World War II guns? Just one, right? The Remington Rand?
I can bring 2. I've got 2 of them. So.
Okay. So potentially multiple World War II guns, real vintage ones. And we're going to be doing a lot. We have we're going to try to film at least 4 videos out of his visit. Lots of shooting. We have something like 900 rounds budgeted for our range day. Which, by the way, 45 ACP, that's a expensive range day. Although the great and mighty Crack donated a bunch of ammo to the cause, so thank you, Crack. I don't know if he's here. If he is, thanks, man. That is huge.
Thank you, Crack.
Yeah, we're gonna burn it all up. So yeah, got some awesome videos coming, and that's not even all. We're gonna be doing some hot salt bluing, which is gonna be cool. We're gonna capture some of that. So anyway, lots of cool stuff coming up. But without further ado, let's just get into some topics. Which one to do first? So you know what? Why don't we start with the magazine issue? Why don't we start with that? Because I feel like that's the low-hanging fruit. I'm more excited about your topic, so I want to save that for a few minutes in. All right, so you guys know that I have been recommending Springfield just 7-round magazines from the start of the channel. I've been using them for 15 years with no issues. Jolly Roger's been using them for a long time as well.
Yeah.
Mike, have you used those at all? The spring?
Yeah, when I do GI stuff, I use those. And if I'm doing like MUSAC stuff, I'll use the Wilson Combats.
Okay. So, and they've been great, right? The Springfield 7-rounders have been my standby for a long time. I've concealed carry them. So, but I've been getting a lot of comments and emails and on Patreon too, where people are saying, "Hey man, these Springfield mags are being weird. I'm getting a lot of failures." And then I bought a bunch of new Colt magazines last year, and it's random, but I get double feeds, which is a very strange thing to have happen on a 1911. That's a weird failure, I don't think I've had a double feed in the past 10 years until these new Colt magazines. But then Crack sent me this, where this is a brand new magazine. Base plate popped right off. All 4 welds failed. So, look, here's the deal. We live in a day where everybody is feeling squeezed financially. Inflation is a thing. Wages go up. Everything's going up. The cost of energy is going up. Raw materials, electricity, it's all getting more expensive. And usually one or both things happen in these cases. Prices go up or quality drops. And I don't have an explanation. I don't specifically know why this is happening. But we are seeing, and the reason I'm bringing up like the Colt mags, because like Checkmate, Colt, Kimber, Ed Brown, Springfield, and who else? They're all made at the same factory. They're the same magazine.
I think Metgar too.
They could be. I don't know.
Did you say Kimber? They're also made by Checkmate. So
if I didn't, you're correct.
Yeah.
Yes. So there's something going on where all the magazines coming out of this factory are just different. Something different is going on, and I'm seeing people have experiences that I've never had up until recently. Now I'm having them. So all that to say, am I saying you should no longer use those? No. But, if it were me, and the reason I'm saying this publicly is I think we all got to hold their feet to the fire. I think you need to get in contact with whoever you bought them from and make noise about it. I'm planning on making a video about this, but this shouldn't be happening with a brand new mag. I've got original, like, World War II mags. I've got 2 Springfields that are 15 years old that have thousands of rounds through them. Thousands. All I've done is replace the magazine spring last year in those 2, and they run like a top. So, what do you guys think? Any guesses?
I don't know. I haven't looked at any new Springfield guns in a while. I don't know if that's reflected in their firearms as well. But that's a shame. Like that, it is not hard, especially in an automated fashion, to get good welds good enough to hold. I mean, what kind of pressure is that spring on under? You know, even with a fully loaded mag, and say you drop a fully loaded mag on the ground,
Yeah.
what kind of pressure is that on to break those welds? That's pitiful, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, the Wolf extra power magazine springs for that magazine are like 12 pounds of pressure.
That shouldn't be enough to pop 4 welds.
No, if you're blowing a floor plate off with that, there's obviously a manufacturing defect there.
Yeah. Well, and we were talking about this offline, that and look, this is Crack's mag. I don't think he did this. But it is a thing where it even says in the old manuals back here, like I've got a bunch of manuals set up back there, it says not to slam the magazine in the pistol really hard. That's for a few reasons. One is you can have that round jump forward a little bit, and you're going to cause yourself a problem. But also, yeah, like this, I think, was an issue. I think they were dealing with that. I've never been the guy that, like, really smashes the mag in there. You just push it in and just stop.
Yeah, it's not like an MP5. Like, you don't really have to slam it in a 1911.
Right. Yeah, you're not defeating, like, some big clunky mechanism, But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to bring that up and just, test your mags, make sure they work. But I'm going to try to restore this one. I'm gonna weld it back up and see if I can get it to hold. But I will say, you guys aren't going to be able to see this, but I got to say these welds are very sad. They are microscopic. So it could have just been a thing where, like, the guy on the welder that day was in a hurry. I don't know.
It was Friday at 4:30.
It must have been. It must have been.
Yeah, or Monday morning at 9.
Fair.
That, yes.
Yeah, you'll see, especially in my Instagram posts, all of my mags in general, but especially my 1911 mags, because I picked so many up over the years at gun shows or whatever. They're all numbered. And every time I have a malfunction, they get another dot or mark or line or whatever. And at 3, you go into garbage. They're not expensive enough to care, or for me personally, especially for production stuff, like throw it away and buy another whatever $20 mag. It's not worth drawing that gun when you need it, and then you get a click, no bang, or whatever. I don't play that game.
Yeah,
I like that practice, and that is true. Look, I try to hang on to magazines as long as I can, but there's a lot of people. I've said it in videos, and they get angry. I get angry emails. They're like, mail your broken magazines to me, because they just can't let go of some things. And it's like, guys, when it's broken, you can't get sentimental about that. At the end of the day, a magazine is kind of a consumable. Springs definitely are.
And I'm not, if there's bent or feed lips or whatever, like I'm not trying to fix that. Like, you'll chase that forever. Garbage.
Yep. I'll tell you the number one mag where I'm not sentimental. This is so easy. M1 carbine. Those mags, man, they just break so easy. You can pretty much just grab them and pinch them, and they just crumble. I still would like to see if somebody would make like a better M1 carbine mag that's not so fragile, but it looks the same on the outside. I don't want some high speed
Oh, if you give me a polymer M1 carbine mag, I might actually fall.
That's what. Yeah, I'm not. It can't be polymer.
Sacrilege.
That's right.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it. Like Metgar is making those new Glock mags that are higher capacity in metal. Like, why can't they do the same thing?
Yeah. on that note, you know what? M1 carbine mags have worked really well for me. Pro Mag.
Really?
They rip.
That's hilarious.
They're fantastic. Yeah. And I've got a bunch of like real surplus. In fact, Crack donates so much to this channel. He sent me 2 new in the wax paper M1 carbine magazines.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I haven't even opened them because I don't want to like ruin the wax paper. After I just get done saying don't get sentimental about magazines. Let's look at the chats here. Yeah, duct tape time. You know what? And that's how it showed up. That is a crack move right there. Is just tape it back together, and it was holding. While the stream was charging up or counting down, we're sitting here talking. This is before you joined, Mike, and I pulled the tape off, and the base plate went pew, and just yeah, it took flight. Let's see. The Yes Man, or the Yesman, maybe that's how you say it. Just got my CMP 1911 on order after a year. Excited to revive it. Awesome, dude. So you have it in hand? I think that's what you mean. I'll tell you, that's going to happen for me. There might be a chance that I buy one of Jolly Roger's CMP 1911s. We'll see what happens. But I need to get one.
I got to get in on that too. I want to do a 1911, and I have an M1 Garand, but it's at my grandfather's house because he likes to think that it's his. So I need to buy another one because I have all of the U.S. service rifles.
Oh
back.
Yeah.
I need an M1. So
what's your M1 carbine? What's that about?
That's a National Post meter. That's a 1944 production.
So cool.
That was Arsenal refinished for Korea.
Amazing.
That thing's pretty sweet. And I have probably 7 or 8 mags for that, and they all function as of the last time I shot it.
Yeah.
That gun rips. That might be one of my favorite rifles to shoot. If 30 carbine rather wasn't so expensive, I would shoot that gun every range trip.
I'm with you. It's like my favorite woods walking gun.
Yeah.
Just like camp rifle, you know.
The first time you pick one of those up, you can't believe how light it is, especially if you get one in the World War II configuration, no bayonet, no potbelly stock, all that stuff.
Yeah.
They are so light.
Yeah.
And people like to talk crap about 30 carbine. 30 carbine has the same ballistics at 100 yards that 357 does at the muzzle.
Yes.
Like, 30 carbine is no slouch. I love that gun.
Yeah. It's so true, man. Whenever people start saying, "Oh, it's this little bitty bullet," I'm like, yeah, so is a 5.56.
Yeah.
Like, just get out of town with that noise, man. And, you know, I like to listen to the guys who've used them in combat and listen to what they say. Anybody shooting Jello and trying to convince me of something, I'm like, I just plug my ears. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
But when you listen to the guys who use those in, like, Korea, they didn't have a problem.
Korea is interesting. I think World War II, you definitely get a better is not the right word. A more overwhelmingly positive view of the M1 carbine.
Yeah.
Especially as the Marines got to the Chinese border and it was wicked cold up there and the guns stopped running because it was so cold and their plasma was freezing and all stuff like that. That's when you start to get like anecdotal evidence or anecdotes in general of guys saying like, I shot that Chinese guy wearing a padded jacket 5 times and he just got back up. And it's like, well, number one, you probably missed. And number 2, like if you did hit him, he probably did get back up. He just died 100 yards later.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that from Korea. And I think that's where like a lot of the FUD lore of like 30 carbine sucking comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually knew one of those Korean War vets. He's long gone now, but he was the real deal. He was a gun guy. And he said we carried him. We said we never had any problem with him. And he goes, if I pulled the trigger, the guy went down.
Yeah.
Said no issues whatsoever.
That's what I've always heard. And now I have a little bit of an interesting story. Well, maybe I shouldn't tell that story. Yeah, I won't tell that story. But you're right about the first time you pick up the M1 carbine. So I have an auto ordnance. It's about 20 years old. Um, and when I got it, I wasn't prepared for how light it was going to be.
Yeah.
And I pulled it out of the box and went, "Oh crap! He sold me an airsoft gun." Like that's
It really does feel like that, though. The
I-
first one,
yeah.
I was blown away. I still talk about it clearly. But yeah, that's actually what it feels like.
Mhm.
Well, they're barely over 5 pounds in the early World War II configuration, right?
Yep.
Just a shade over 5 pounds.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It doesn't make
That-
sense either because the wood. You would think the wood would take up more weight, but
Yeah.
it doesn't.
That must have been what it felt like for the guy switching from the M14 to the M16. It must have been something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like one
exactly.
from a big, heavy walnut and steel gun, like you would have come from the M1 Garand, to what is plastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's amazing how light that gun is.
I love them, man. I absolutely love them. They're like, I've often said that, I wish they were more prolific, like in the public and in public use. I just think they're underestimated, especially nowadays. Like, I'd say even against a lot of these, like, little pistol PCCs,
Oh yeah.
I think it holds up. I think it's fantastic. And that little cartridge, I'd put a 30 carbine against pretty much any pistol caliber that's floating around in these like little sub guns, that people use.
I mean, you'd have to go like 10 mil to get close.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking at what, even if it, M2, the ball, 110 grain, it's at what, like 1950, 1970
Yeah.
feet per second.
Yeah.
Screaming.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
It's awesome. I love mine, man. I got a pile of ammo in my cabinet back there for it. Anytime it's on sale, I'm just like,
Gotta get it.
yeah. Let's see what everybody's saying here. There was one I wanted to read, and I blew past it. Let's see. Here we are. Any tips for making a 3-inch Magnum Research reliable? Already sent it back to them. They said it was fixed. It's not. So I'm going to say some very disappointing things right now. I'm not saying the gun is bad, because I know hot zero about Magnum Research. I think I've held one, but that doesn't mean anything. I don't mess around with anything less than 5-inch. Like maybe a Commander, but even then, you're changing the bushing, the barrel, the recoil spring, the slide velocity. Everything starts to be kind of funny. And, I'm sure that pistol that you're referencing is a bull barrel. I'm positive that it probably does not have probably has a ramped barrel. At that point, it's just not a 1911 anymore. So anything I say is just not gonna apply.
I read that comment too, and my first thing, and it's not to be snarky or be a jerk, but my first thought was add 2 inches to the frame and slide.
Right, there you go.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's a reason that nobody uses Officer 1911s.
Yeah, they just don't run, man. Now, I will say, I know somebody who had an officer. I think it was a Colt. I might be wrong. It was a cool gun. It was beautiful. It was old, blued. It had grips that looked like my little 1903 sitting over there. And that gun ran like a sewing machine. It was awesome. But that is the exception. I have seen a lot of officer models that they just don't work. And they're not fun to shoot at all.
Yeah, I actually had an enhanced officer's model, stainless, made around 1995, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually pretty reliable. I never carried it, but when I would take it out and shoot it, it was good and reliable. But they are not fun to shoot.
Yeah.
It's like shooting a airweight Smith J frame or something like that.
Yeah.
They're not fun.
Mm-hmm.
You can make them work. I hope this guy what's his name? Eugene Page.
Yeah.
I hope you get it back. I hope it runs for you. Definitely. You know,
Yeah.
the Colt Defender, I think, is also 3 inches. It's smaller than the officer's model was.
Yeah.
And some of those run great and other ones are finicky. So it's just tough. It's tough to make something like that work. You have a lot less time for everything that has to happen
Yeah.
for reliable feeding and cycling. So if you get one that runs, or you get it set up and it runs, it's awesome. It's definitely a good concealable gun if you can get one that you can trust.
Yeah. Just as a side note, if you guys hear or see me jump throughout the rest of this stream, I live about an hour.
Cycling.
Yeah, probably an hour from an Air Force range for like A-10s and F-15s. They're practicing bombing runs right now, and it literally like scares the daylights out of me every time one of those shockwaves hits my window. So it just happened, and I was like, "Oh God." Okay, but yeah, I did want to on Eugene's comment. That's like, look, there's a few principles that you have to that you should look at. First of all, what's the right the spring weight for that gun? Make sure the spring is good. Make sure the magazines are good. Check out the extractor. If I don't think you're on my Patreon, but I've got a video there that shows how to profile an extractor and tune it and do all that stuff. So the principles of semi-autos are generally the same, right? So you can go through it that way, but if it were me, man, I would be jumping to a 5-inch gun and all that. Donald Hay is here. He says, "Good evening, gentlemen." Donald just bought my Walther P1 or P38 from me.
Well,
Yeah. I didn't want to let it go, man, but I got a real pre-war 1918 sitting beside me here, and that wasn't cheap. So I'm like, I gotta sell some guns or,
fair.
something. Yeah. And it's a good gun, man. It's fun to shoot. Although it's very strange, it ejects to the left. And it's like when you're shooting it, you're going like, okay, my extractor is really broken right now. And no, that's just how it is.
Yeah, it's like if you shoot a Luger, they eject straight over your head.
Yes. Yeah.
The extractor's right in the center, and they generally go right over your head if they don't go in your face.
Yeah. I need one of those. I gotta have one of those in the collection.
Yeah, my wife is texting me saying the whole house is shaking. I'm like, I know.
With all the explosives.
Yeah, literally, like a buddy of mine was out there at this. What is it? It's like one of those off-road driving ranges or whatever, where you can go out there with your Jeep and drive through puddles and stuff. And because it's not that place in particular is not impressive. It's literally just like puddles. But he sent me a video of an A10. Literally, he's like out there in his Jeep, and he just looks up and this thing's dumping 30 millimeter over the top of his head.
That's
And
awesome.
it's super cool. I think I sent you that video, Mark.
Yes. You did.
Let's see. Yeah, DB. Okay, you're in Florida. You can feel it too, right? I'm not crazy. Service rifle. Are you in Florida as well? Yeah, anybody in Florida, if you're hearing that, put it in the chats. Yeah, and my house has old windows from the 70s.
Oh, that sounds super cool.
Oh man. So like you don't just feel this nice gentle boom. It's like that's funny. DB said, "Have you seen the new Bud's exclusive tea sauce?" I haven't.
No.
Tell us about it.
Yeah.
Okay, the yes man Yesman, I don't know how you say it. He said no, his CMP is still coming in. But that's awesome, dude. There is some fun to that about the lottery. Like you don't know what you're going to get. I think that's a little bit exciting. For me, I'm a Colt guy. I'll be honest. I don't even care if it's a matching frame and slide. I just want the pony on the slide. That's kind of, I'd be happy with that. Um,
I'd be happy with. I'd be happy with just about anything other than another Remington brand, only because I've looked at that one for so long.
is that a Rand?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, that was my first 1911.
No kidding.
I don't know if I've told this story before, but I bought that from a Vietnam vet who stole it. It was his service sidearm. And then in the 80s, I'll send you pictures. It was so ugly. Oh my God. He customized it himself for like competition shooting. Big, giant adjustable sights in the rear that by the time I got it, weren't even tight anymore. Didn't hold zero. Big, giant front sight. He had like brazed on a long beaver tail. He had like tried to like checker the front strap himself and did a not good job.
Oh boy.
So I spent a long time getting that back to like GI configuration, but there she is.
That's super. Yeah,
It's
send me
got
pictures
sweetheart
of that.
grips on it right now.
That's awesome, man. I love that. I love guns with a story.
Same, yeah.
Which, on that note, I got to go to Colt and ask them for a letter on my pre-war. I'm convinced that it was a bring home or a bring back because the United States property was scrubbed off. The marking.
Oh.
So, and it was not Arsenal rebuilt. So, to me, this one seems like a gun that was well loved. It was not shot a lot. It's in amazing shape, but the finish is gone, and the United States property has been sanded off.
Has the United States property mark been removed, if you could tell, or maybe there was no there?
Yeah, you can see the grain pattern on the rest of the frame, and then right where that thing is, it's also like, okay, right there. That little piece on the front of the frame, it's supposed to be a certain width, right?
Yeah.
Where the United States property is, it just widens up a little bit. So
okay.
you can just see somebody took it off with a belt sander, and they did an okay job, not amazing, but yeah. So to me, it screams GI bring back.
Gotcha.
But I don't know. At the very least, I'd love to know if it went overseas.
Yeah, my first thought with no U.S. property mark was like a Lend-Lease gun, and that would be cool too. But if you can tell it was removed, then it's not.
Yeah, no. This was a 6 out of 10 garage job.
I got it.
It's not the worst I've seen. You see some people where they take a mechanical pencil and they're just like, and it doesn't work.
Need to get mine lettered also. I have quite a bit of info on it, but
Yeah.
I've gone as far as I can with regular research. So I need to pay the $200 to Colt
Yeah.
and get the letter and see what they can tell me.
Yeah. I want to do it too, man. I want to know the story. I can't wait to see yours, man. Your pre-war is beautiful.
Wow. So I looked up the Bud's T-Sauce because I had to know what it is.
Yeah.
It's the Marine Springfield Operator. It is the exact same gun.
Oh, I did see that. Green frame and all, right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
And the MSRP is $569.
Suck it, Springfield.
Wow. That's a good looking gun. Jesus, now I gotta buy another.
That's like, I just love how T-Sauce is like, hey, other brand, doink. Like they're shameless, and I love it.
It looks so good. It looks great.
Yeah, man. I had one of those. I had an MC Operator. Fantastic guns, man. Just a workhorse. I carried that thing concealed. I shot the brakes off it. Let's see. Donald, never brought this up before, but what do you think about the Browning 1911s and 380? I think they're actually pretty cool.
I've never shot one.
I have. They're weird. They're a very strange. Man, there it goes again. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's like, it's wild, the explosions. Yeah, it's just strange. I mean, 380 is not a fun cartridge to shoot really in anything. Um, it's just a weirdly snappy little bullet. But it was cool. The one that I shot, they're itty bitty. Let's see. Oh, I know what that is. I hear automatic gunfire. Somebody's shooting tannerite. That's
Hell
what
yeah.
that is. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Forgive me. I'm going to text my wife because she's probably in there with the kids and they're all like huddled.
Don't worry, honey. It's just some rednecks.
Yeah, I can totally hear it. Somebody's got like an FRT or something. Yeah.
Have you seen the 3-round limiters for the FRTs?
I have.
I need some of those.
Yeah.
Bad. I thought that was really cool.
Man, the only reason I haven't gotten an FRT is I can hear Admiral Akbar in the background, just like it's a trap. I just feel like
this administration is over, they are going to go right after those.
Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind. And look, sounds like we got a pretty solid.
Oh, new director. I did see
Yeah,
that guy.
yeah. Sorry, it's so distracting. There is so much fully automatic gunfire happening right now, which I'm among my people. It's a good sound, but somebody is going ham bone right now. That is just. It is a blast.
Tough neighborhood, somebody said.
What?
Tough neighborhood, somebody said in the chat.
No, honestly, I'm out in the country. This is not. Yeah, that's like. It sounds like there's like some 30-06 at full auto. Like it's wild out there.
Somebody needs to make one of those for the auto ordnance, or a high ordnance, excuse me. Their A3.
Oh, buddy. You
Yeah.
saw
Someone's
somebody
doing it for the Thompson.
I was just going to say, I saw that on Instagram and I was like, oh boy, I'm about to spend $3,000.
Dude, it's why are the SBR versions $1,000 more than the other ones?
There's no reason.
And they're not good guns. Like every
Yeah.
video on YouTube is how much those guns suck. And they're $2,700. Come on.
Yeah, I've seen some people, I think it was Ian with Forgotten Weapons, did a really cool deep dive and he explained why. Some of them have some issues, and I can't recite all the details super well, but the older ones do better. When they started developing them, they changed like the recoil system and it has a little buffer in there, and that seems to have caused some problems. Man, now it sounds like they just pulled out the howitzers. Like, if there's something real going on, there may or may not be like a Bradley fighting vehicle down the street. Oh boy. Let's see. Fearless Journey. The only 3-inch gun I've ever seen run is my Para Warthog. Now let's talk about Para for a second. Para, they're kind of an interesting one because they were. You guys know like the memes about Keltec where it's like somebody doing cocaine and they're like, I've got an idea. A shotgun with 2 magazine tubes, you know? And that used to kind of be Para. They tried some things and were a little bit braver than most other people. And I got to say, there was somebody who had a, what is it? The P14? Is that's one of their models, right?
Yeah, I've actually shot one. I could have bought a brand new one, P1445 for $400.
Yeah.
With a couple of magazines. I should have. Have either of you guys ever shot an LDA? Para LDA. It's called light double action. They made a double action 1911. Had a really interesting trigger. If you look it up, you'll see. Pretty cool gun. Never went anywhere, obviously, but yeah, the P14 was a good gun. The magazines were horribly expensive back in the day when that came out.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say about the P14. A buddy of mine, man, this was when I first started shooting. In fact, I remember us going to the range, and I had my first 1911, a Springfield GI, which Crack keeps sending me ones for sale on Gunbroker, and I'm like, I can't afford it right now. Stop sending me these. And anyway, a buddy of mine had a P14. That gun shot lights out. We took a class, several classes actually, by a guy who used to be a FBI HRT guy, and he went to our church, and he just put on a private class for a few of us guys. And the guy was like, who was the guy? Ron Avery, I think, who used to be with Travis Haley, competition shooter. He looked just like him. Anyway, phenomenal shooter. This guy would draw and shoot an old school 1911 at like 7 yards, and it's just pop, 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 and it's like the same hole. But anyway, that P14 went through that class. The guy shot like 300 rounds, lights out. That was the only time that I thought, okay, I would think about that specific gun in double stack, but then I just saw too many of them not work, and I'm too much of a purist. I can't do it.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of the Rock Island double stacks, the 1911 A2 or whatever they call it. 9 times out of 10, I've seen them run flawless, but that's another gun that has like weird double feeds
Yeah.
every once in a while too, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It's also massive in your hand.
It is. That's the other thing is, and I'm not trying to be like fuddy-duddy here, but it's just like, it's just not a 1911 anymore. It's sort of like, I'm sorry in advance for anybody who drives a vehicle with an EcoBoost. I'm sorry. But it's a truck-shaped car at that point. It's just taking like a Honda Civic engine, forcing air into it to do things it shouldn't do, and then putting it in a 6,000-pound truck. And at that point, it's just not a truck anymore. Like, it's got to be minimum V6 in my book. So it's the same thing. I just don't think it's a 1911 anymore. It's like you change the magazine, you change the frame, you do an external extractor, you go through all these steps, and it's like it just has like a nod at the visuals of a 1911, but it's not anymore.
It's like the new high power.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Which is a cool gun. I just wish they named it something else, because it's not a high power.
Yeah, I said that it looked like RoboCop and a cucumber had a baby. It just doesn't look right. All the textures. I don't know why it is that people think that like, oh, it's the year 2000. Let's make everything look like melted butter. You know, it's the same with vehicles. Everything's got to be melted and.
Speaking of vehicles, I don't know if we want to go down this track.
I do.
But GMC, I'm sure you guys know, Chevy brought back the Blazer nameplate a couple years ago, and that vehicle is trash. It's a crossover.
Yeah.
Whatever. But GMC is bringing back the Jimmy nameplate and have promised V8 options with a body on frame construction. It sounds like they're coming after the Bronco market, and I am here for it. I am excited for that.
I'm not upset about it. Yeah,
I am excited.
Man, I wish I would have had some pictures of. Man, now my neighbors are texting me. God bless it, dude. Sorry guys. Like, I'm like the neighborhood security outpost, so like everybody's like, "What's going on?" So. It's
Checking to see if you've got a firefight going on the next street over or something. So.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I wish I would have had pictures prepped, because you just got an amazing truck, which is like, it's a legendary. Do you want to tell everybody about it?
So it's a 1995 GMC K2500. So it's the 4-wheel drive, 3/4 ton. It's a cab and a half, 8-foot bed, which is my personal favorite layout. I like having the bed space, and I like having extra lockable space in the back, but not usable back seats. I don't want to haul around a bunch of people.
Yeah.
It's also the big block. It's the 454, and it's the NB 4500 5-speed manual transmission. I've had a lot of GMT 400 trucks. I've had a lot of square body Chevy trucks. I like the GMT 400. I'm very nostalgic for it. My first truck was a half-ton 98 Chevy, so like I'm very nostalgic for that interior. And I've been lusting. I've had a big block before, but always wanted a manual. And when I came across this one for sale, I said, I have to have it.
Yeah.
I have to have it.
It's so good, man. It's the truck. Like, if every guy that's ever said, I want a proper Chevy truck, that's the one.
I agree. I love the thing.
Yeah.
It was rough when I bought it. It's still a little bit rough, but I've painted it. New tires, new rims, but it's the like original stock Chevy alloy rims that would have come with a Silverado package back then. New radio, new radiator, new window regulators, just all around, just kind of moving it back up because it was, like I said, it was rough. It was definitely a farm truck at one point, but it's only got 130,000 miles, which
man.
isn't bad for one of those.
It's just worn in.
Yeah, exactly right.
That's awesome, man.
So I'm very excited.
I love it. I love it. All right. Let's see here. Okay. I think we're well. Oh, Eugene, he's got a 97 Chevy K1500. That's.
Good man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Good man.
Yeah, man. I currently am running. I think everybody's seen it. It's a 2000 F250. And it's just fantastic. It's fantastic. 8-foot bed, single cab bench seat, basic, white, and it's minty. Jolly Rogers, he's driven in it with me, and it's got the old Windsor 5.4 2-valve V8, the good ones, before they went to the 3-valve nightmares, which I owned. I owned one of those, and all the spark plug nightmares are real. That is a real thing. All right, let's go to our next topic. Let's go to Jolly Roger. You had a good topic, a fantastic topic, actually. Why don't you take it away?
Sure. So think about this. You probably already can come up with something pretty quickly. But if you could have just 2 handguns, what would they be? Same thing with long guns. And then we might expand that out to maybe 3 of each. But how about just 2 handguns to start? So for me, I'm going to lead off because it was my idea.
Yeah.
Colt Single Action Army in a 1911.
Okay.
If I could be limited to 2.
I didn't see the Single Action Army coming.
I did
you.
not see that coming, but I think it's a good choice.
Yeah. This is tough. I'm not gonna lie. Because we talked about this in advance. Now that you throw in the Single Action Army, I kind of have to agree. Obviously, a 1911. Like, for me, what specific 1911 would it be? It'd probably be my Colt Centennial pre-war repro. That's just the gun for me, man. Like, elk antler grips and everything. Like, that's the gun. I know people automatically are going to go to practicality, which isn't wrong, but at the end of the day, it's how do you shoot the gun? And I shoot that gun lights out. Second gun, yeah, the Single Action Army. So it actually, and I've made a video about this a while back, and it did terribly, about that I do think single actions in general do have utility. You know, because the mindset that everybody has nowadays is shooting has to be fast, right? And look, I think at the end of the day, shooting has to be accurate, first and foremost. And I could totally see a single action still being useful, especially when paired with a good rifle. Particularly, look, I've worn a Single Action Army, my 4440, going woods walking. Like, man, if you're going to run into, like, whatever, some predator, that's a pretty good cartridge.
It is.
So, yeah, I would have to say those would probably be my 2. I'm almost leaning towards, like, a second 1911. But yeah.
Well, we're gonna expand it to 3, but you know,
Okay.
I wanted to start out with only 2. I picked the single action Army because I like how slow everything is with it. It's slow to shoot, it's slow to load, it's slow to unload, and you want to go out and just plink and have some fun. I can't think of anything more fun than that. Would I carry it for defense? That's a topic for some other time. But certainly with the 1911, I do carry a 1911 for self-defense.
Yep.
In fact, once in a while I might carry a high power, but very rarely. So I carry a 1911. So for just 2 handguns, those 2 would serve my needs for just fun. I have a lot of fun shooting 1911s, just plinking also. But it's fun to take a single action out for afternoon and blow through 50 or 100 rounds, you know?
Yeah.
It's just fun.
Absolutely.
I don't think I'm going to make any friends here with this, but I think it would be my first one would be a Glock 19. Strictly out of practicality, I carry one of those every day.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
My job does not allow. It's not so much the job, but the customers that we have do not allow for the carrying of firearms. So I need a small one if I was going to do that. Not that I ever would. And then I think my second one would be Smith & Wesson 686 Plus in 357.
Interesting. That's a cool choice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that is one of the only semi-modern wheel guns that I've ever been interested in.
Either that I would do. I love one. That was one of my first revolvers, so I love that gun. But yeah, it'd be either that or like a Model 19 or something, 4-inch barrel.
Bingo. That would be my number 3rd choice. 4-inch Model 19. So that would be my 3 there.
My 3rd was actually going to be a Glock 19 as well. Interestingly, so I carry a 1911 primarily as my concealed carry gun. Sometimes a high power. But my backup gun is a Glock 19. If I have some catastrophic problem or whatever, or if things got that bad, they won't. But if they did, at that point you need volume. And I'm going to go to the Glock 19. So that's a good one. Now, did we want to expand to rifles?
Sure. We can do long guns next.
That's harder, I think.
It is harder. Yeah. Now I always like the question, one handgun, one rifle. Now, I think most people just go Glock 19 and an AR, right?
Yeah, that is the boring but practical answer. Yeah.
I break that mold. I'm super unpopular because also everybody goes with the mentality of like, when NATO invades, all these stupid arguments. Look, and I've always made this argument when people talk about, but that's what's going to be laying on the ground. If the ammo's laying on the ground, so are their guns. So I don't need to have their gun if their gun's on the ground. Just anyway, small observation. Can I just say mine? Like,
yeah,
sure. I feel like my rifle handgun combo, not a joke, Winchester 1892 and 4440, and my
4440 is
that's
wild.
Right. Now, here's the thing. To my right, I have about 1,400 rounds of 4440.
It's a lot of 4440.
It's a lot. So, for me, it's like, yeah, absolutely, I would do that. And then my 1911, my Colt reproduction, pre-war, just max FUD status.
I appreciate that. So, Mayonnaise Jello said a Remington 870, and I carry one of those. It's out of the shot, but I live with one of those in the backseat of one of my trucks all the time. I love that gun so much. I'll get it.
Now you can't touch it on camera, or else we'll get dumped.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
My bad.
Believe me,
it lives over in that corner.
I have one sitting here, and the amount of times throughout streams that I go, no, don't do it.
I forgot about that rule.
Yeah. No, actually, man, the 870 is such an underrated gun. Like the action, the lock work, the trigger, the durability of those. A lot of people go Mossberg 500 and they always cite the Marines. Here's the thing though. I know a bunch of Marines. One in particular, my buddy Tyler, he's like, I broke 4 of them on one deployment.
That's wild.
It
and
is
the
wild.
Marines also did use the 870 forever.
They did?
Yep.
Now, I also broke a Mossberg 500. The major weak point of those rifles, everybody says the double extractors on their bolts is their strength. Their weakness is the fact that their receivers are aluminum. And not a very good aluminum. I bent an aluminum receiver.
That's wild.
And it just fell like 4 feet off a truck. It didn't get thrown or run over. It just kind of blooped on the ground, and it bent the receiver to the point where the bolt wouldn't reciprocate. So I am an 870 guy through and through. I think they're just a better shotgun across the board, and I will die on that hill. Now, I'm not saying the 500s suck. They're obviously a good shotgun. They've stuck around this long. But the A70, yeah, special place in my heart for those. I think the only real competition from Mossberg is the 590A1.
So that's what I was going to bring up.
Okay.
I have one of the, again, you can't see it and I can't grab it, but I have one of the short 14-inch barrel versions.
Heck yeah.
And that gun, as much as I love the 870 for like the vibes and the aura, and it is a great gun.
Yep.
As a left-handed long gun shooter, I do like Mossbergs because the tang safety is ambidextrous, and
True.
I can get to the pump release without having to compromise my grip
Solid
as a
point.
left-handed shooter.
Yep. Solid points.
And for the same length magazine tube, Mossberg will get you an extra 2 3/4 inch shell, not for nothing.
Solid points. Can't argue with those. I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 text messages from all my neighbors. It's wild, y'all. Like, anyway. Let me just catch up on the comments here.
Ithaca 37, solid choice.
Very good choice.
Yes.
Keep this around for close encounters.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, man. Solid choices here.
I'll jump on the 870 bandwagon. I've got a raft of them around here. In fact, I've got a left-hand 870 Wingmaster.
That's cool.
That is
Very cool gun. But yeah, I could never be without an 870.
Yeah. I think I have 3 of them now. Yeah.
It is just one of those, like, it just feels like, can you imagine, like, just not having, like, a wood saw around your house or, like, a Phillips screwdriver? Like,
Yeah.
it feels like that. It just feels weird to not have one. And I got to tell you guys, the one I have, the best deal you're ever going to hear of an 870. It was on Gunbroker, and it was a police trade-in, like, advertisement on the front page. So I click in there, and there's just a myriad of stuff, but there's like 10 Remington 870s, and it says, police trade-in, used, whatever, blah, blah, blah. $170. Now, if that doesn't get your attention, and these are police magnums, okay? So I look at them, Parkerized, plastic furniture, whatever, but the one in particular I looked at still had the stickers on it.
No shit.
Yeah. And so I was like, buy now, right now. So I get this thing in. It's probably never been shot. There's no brass staining on the bolt. The bolt's not even worn. Like, stickers still on it. It gets better, though. You know the old school stocks from, like, the 70s and 80s?
Yeah.
With the, you know which one I'm talking about.
Yep.
I found a guy on TaxSwap was selling a set for like $60.
Man.
Yeah, so I threw those on there, and it's the gun, and it's cool because it's got the extended magazine tube. It's from the factory. It doesn't have the screw-on extension. It actually goes all the way.
That's
Yeah.
neat.
So I love that one, man. I don't shoot it enough.
Yeah, even I have a police Magnum trade in, and it's got the Surefire forend and the pistol grip stock.
Yeah.
But that has the full length magazine tube, but it's one of the screw on ones from. It's not the full length magazine tube. It's like one of the faux ones with this like the screw on support. So I don't know if they ordered them like that from the factory or if the police department added those on later. I don't know.
Man, I'll tell you, you guys remember Mesa Tactical?
Yes.
Mhm.
So they sold a shotgun stock for the 870 for a while, and it's discontinued now. If for those watching live, I have a video. Gosh, it's probably a year old now, about my 870, and I called the video "America's Shotgun" because I think it is. It's America's shotgun. People try to say the Winchester 1897. I get it, but no, it's the 870. But anyway, in that, I tell the story about how my dad gave me, and you guys are going to hate my guts after I say this, but a mint condition 1971 Remington 870 Police Magnum, blued, original stocks, beautiful, perfect. I have a picture of it. This is during my tactical turtleneck phase. I proceeded to Duracoat that 870 and I just plasticed it up and I sold the stocks. It's shameful. I deserve scorn. And I actually have a buddy who we've been friends for like 20 years, and he texts me probably once a year and just says, "Hey, you're still a piece of crap for selling that or doing that to that shotgun." But anyway, I modded it up and I put on a Mesa Tactical stock, and man, that stock is so perfect because it doesn't like have the cartridge holder in it. It doesn't have the spring system. It's just a solid stock, but it's a little on the shorter side with the pistol grip. Anyway, my dad was thrilled. He bought it back from me, and he still has it. And I did ask him recently. I'm like, "Can I buy it back and restore it?" And he's like, "No, it's my shotgun." But
I have found so like the 870 that I carry around with me all the time is a Wingmaster, but it's an old one. It's got like the corn cob, pump, and those sporting stocks are very long, especially for any like kind of tactical or competition shooting or anything like that. I find them like probably an inch and a half too long. So I cut that one down and then reshaped the butt pad and everything. And that's a nice little handy gun. I just love that thing.
They're awesome. Yeah, that's so good. And I don't know if you guys are the same way, but when I go out with a shotgun, I shoot double-aught buck. I don't shoot birdshot.
Yeah.
I just birdshot's not any fun.
That's another thing that every time it's a remotely good price, 3 or 4 boxes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've got a case of Winchester mil-spec double-aught buckshot.
The green,
Probably a couple cases of it, actually.
the green case stuff.
The green stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that stuff's mean, and it patterns horribly, but that's what you want, right? Like you want it to spread. I once bought. I don't even know how much. So basically, there's a store in Merritt Island, Florida, called B&H Gun Rack, and I think they're still open. But they have 2 stores, and they own one building, but there's a dividing wall down the middle. One side is for the public, the other side is for public service people. And you go in there, and if you have your ID, I used to be in the fire department, you show your service ID, and you get to go in the right side of the building. And all the prices are like 30% off. It was amazing. Like you could get Glocks for $350. Like it was crazy.
That's
So anyway, I went in there and they had a little end cap with Hornady tap, double-aught buck. I think it's like an 8 pellet copper plated low recoil. I just was like, I think they were like $4 a box or something. And I bought all of them literally. And, I bought that, and then I bought a bunch of the Federal flight control.
That's the best stuff.
It really is. For tight groups,
Yeah.
it's amazing out of just smoothbore. So yeah, I've been sitting on that stock for years. I don't touch it.
Somebody asked about mini slugs. Brian Kelly asked about mini slugs.
Mm.
Mini slugs are neat. A lot of people think they're like underpowered. They're almost exactly the same as a regular shotgun shell, just without the wadding. So they're mostly the same recoil and they're mostly the same effect on a close target, but they
Yeah.
pattern like shit.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're just shooting to the other end of your house, you're fine. But
Yeah.
they're fun to load up 12 in a a regular pump shotgun. But
Yeah. Sorry, I got totally distracted because somebody. Did I say something? It's probably because I said that the Winchester 1897 is not America's shotgun. People are like, "Hey, what the f?"
either that or that you Duracoated that blue 870.
Oh, if that's what they're upset about, you should have said way worse things. I deserve all of that. I deserve every bit of that. Sometimes I breeze by that picture in my folder and just go, ah, it hurts. Guys, you don't understand how beautiful the bluing was. It was perfect. It sat in a silicone sock in my dad's closet since the 70s. It was a issue shotgun when he first got in the police department.
That's super
I know.
cool.
The self-hatred is real. Yeah, mayonnaise Jello. I think it was about the 870. It should be. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, I'm just glad he still has it. I'm glad I didn't sell it.
That's what I thought you were going to say, is that you sold to some rando.
No. I knew that was special because it had been in the family. I mean, I remember being a kid, and he'd bring it out and let me and my brother, play with it. It's got some family significance. I wouldn't have sold it, but he loves it because he had to medically retire from the police department. He's like the right half of his body's titanium. He had some bad stuff happen to him. So for him to even be able to shoot a shotgun, he has to have that pistol grip. So, his wrist can't twist anymore. Yeah, self-flog, Trev. Yeah, I deserve it. Yeah, and it was, when I say mint, oh, this is bad. I probably shouldn't say this. I remember taking it outside. Yeah, I deserve the scorn. I remember taking it outside to start the sanding of this beautiful blued finish, and I could see the reflection of the clouds on the receiver. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, going back to the pistol rifle thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, my whole thought on that, the reason I would actually go with those guns is, yeah, the whole idea, people come up with things in their mind how it's going to go. And I think the reality is if, that scenario that people always seem to come up with, like end of the world or something. I don't know about you guys, but if the world has ended, big air quotes, and I can't order ammo online or go to the store and find ammo, guess what I'm not doing? I'm not shooting a lot. So this idea that there's going to be just running gun battles every Tuesday, I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think people are going to be very conservative with what they have. So yeah. Now I still own, I would say if I was going to choose an AR platform, it'd probably be like my M16 build.
That A4 you have?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good, I like that. That's a good, I was going to say probably either the A1 or the A2, I think.
A2's hard to beat, man.
The sights are just so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Eugene says I should have to listen to Taylor Swift all day for that. We're talking about the 870. That's a just punishment. Listen, Matt said, I wish you would have never revealed that. Man, I'm a Christian. We confess our sins. Oh, man. I do miss that gun, though, man. Did you watch The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Well, the first good couple seasons, anyways.
Exactly. You read my mind. Do you remember when, who was the guy? They went to his farm.
Herschel.
I was going to say Virgil. Yep. I was close. You remember when they're fleeing the farm and he's standing on the porch with the pump action?
Yes.
That's the exact model that I had. It had the shorter magazine tube. It was like a 4-round mag tube. That was the 870. So every time I see him when I see that scene, I'm just like, oh, don't look. Yeah, that was a fun one. I'll tell you another one. Now, this one I didn't own, but this was when I was first getting into 1911s. I used to go to church with this guy, and he had a bunch of really cool guns, and he would like go overseas a lot. And so he'd just be like, hey, I'm going out of town. You want to hang on to anything of mine? I'm like, sure, whatever. Well, one time he handed me an Arsenal rebuilt pre-war. I still have pictures of it. At the time, I was just like, oh, this is some old beater 1911. I didn't even shoot it. I know, I take that back. I shot it once, but I didn't know what I had. I didn't know what was in front of me. Yeah, that one. I kicked myself for that one. Yeah, Fearless Journey said, ammo will be traded for other items. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not like we're making this up. This is how it is. Like, yeah, Service Rifle said that was season 2. Yep. Yeah, it got weird by like season 4.
Yeah, when they had the governor as the bad guy for 2 seasons in a row.
Yeah.
And then after that, everything was just the same. Like the next bad guy was just like the governor again.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really started to lose me during that whole governor thing. And if you remember when Andrea got infected, she got Rick's 6-inch Python and went in another room and took herself out.
Yeah.
And you hear the bang, and then the shell casing hit the floor.
Yes, I do remember that. I do remember that.
Okay, let's talk about that. So, I didn't watch The Walking Dead for years for one simple reason. Episode 1, within the first 5 minutes, they're at the blockade, all the police officers, and there's some guy about to come through. And they're having this banter, and Rick Grimes says, there's only one thing you need to think about is keep that safety off, or something like that. And the guy on a Glock 17 thumbs the slide release as if to imply he just took off the safety. I was like, I'm out. I can't watch this show because the consultant is probably some purple-haired little ding-dong female. Yeah. I'm not watching this. And
he also said that with a revolver on his hip. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with a freaking was it a Python that he had?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a Python.
Yeah, which is it's a bold move, Cotton. It's yeah, it ended up being an interesting show.
Yeah, a lot of full auto weapons for stuff that they're taking from civilians.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there was just so many things about the show that it just felt like. You ever talk to somebody who wants to be into something really bad, but they just don't know anything about it? It felt like that person consulted on so many levels about that show. It was just like it wasn't, not that zombies are believable, but it wasn't believable. It was just cheesy a lot.
You guys might remember this. It had to be like season 1 when everything just started. But you remember, I think the guy's name was Dale.
Yeah.
And he toted a bolt action like a Remington 700 or something.
With the RV, right?
Yeah, with the RV.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, run what you brung, right? That's all you got. So.
Yeah, listen, man. Now I'll tell you. What's the show based off the game right now?
The Last of Us.
Last of Us. Okay, so you guys know what episode I'm talking about with Nick Offerman. They lost me there. But what's about as bad is he walks into an armory, Joel does, and there's M4s and all this stuff all over the wall, and he picks a bolt action.
Yes.
Now,
And those are my favorite games.
they're amazing.
Love those games.
Yeah.
That was the first game I ever pre-ordered. I love The Last of Us. John, the reason I have a stainless PT-92 is because that's what the main character has in the second game.
Yeah.
I collected all of the guns from the game. I love those games.
Yeah.
And they did that because, like, the bolt action rifle is what Joel ends up with in the game.
Yeah.
But you never go in the game. You never go to Bill's armory. Like, you don't have that option. And for them to just like have that like logical fallacy, they threw out so much from the games for like, and that's the part that you're gonna keep.
Yeah.
Is the bolt action rifle? Get out of it.
Yeah, it just takes you out of it, man. Now I will say when he had the what was it? It was like a Colt M4 early on.
Yeah.
When they were leaving the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. Iron sights too, which I appreciated.
And then he left it in a bunker.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, there's no ammo for this," even though all the guys that were shooting have this.
Right.
All right.
Oh, it's painful. Yeah, they lost me there too, for sure. I will say
They
that's
had so much potential. I was so excited when that came out, and I'm not a huge Pedro Pascal guy. Didn't really care for him in The Mandalorian. He was much better as Joel than I thought he was going to be, but the casting, like Bella Ramsey, is just she's a fine actress, but not good as Ellie. And they fumbled that show so hard. I was so excited, and they just ruined it.
I'm not trying to be mean because she's a child of God, but she's a mongoloid, and it just didn't. It didn't work for me. Okay. She looks like a cartoon of Uma Thurman. It's not good. But didn't they get the girl who played her in the game as her mom? Am I getting that right?
Yes. So Ashley Johnson is the voice actress.
Yes.
And she's a hilarious person. She's got a great podcast where they play D&D.
Yeah.
And she does play Ellie's mom in the show, which is super cool. But the casting for Bella Ramsey to play Ellie, I really wanted, when they first announced the show, I wanted Caitlin Dever to play Ellie, and she ended up playing Abby, who is the bad guy in season 2. And then all of the stuff came out from, I don't know if you guys saw Alien Romulus, which was an okay movie. But the main actress from that, Kaylee Sweeney, looks just like Ellie from the game. And it came out that she auditioned for it and they passed her up, and the internet was in an uproar.
Good Lord, man, that I'm with you, dude. The casting is sorry, I'm just looking at the comments. Yeah, that one was rough, dude. Now I will say I agree with you. Pedro Pascal, he's just overdone, right? He's in too much. He had the Joel vibe. I feel like
he did way better than I thought he was going to.
Yes. So I was pretty happy with that, but overall, like it's one of those things where we desperately want these films and shows to be made about the things that we love, but at the same time you're like, but maybe don't, because you're going to destroy it. Like, it's the same, like, I'm a massive Star Wars fan. You guys can't see, but there's like an altar to Star Wars above my camera here. I've got like a bunch of lightsabers and all this stuff. And, Disney making the Star Wars stuff, it's just like some stuff hits, some stuff is great. A lot of it is just a giant mess. Like The Acolyte. It's just...
I didn't even watch it.
It's not even Star Wars. It's just like weird PBS fantasy after midnight. It's just very, very strange stuff. Makes no sense. And they totally butcher... Okay, are you familiar with Star Wars at all? Like, just generally? You guys watch it at all?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember when they're in the council room? I don't remember what movie specifically it's in, and I think it's Ki-Adi-Mundi says there haven't been Sith for a millennia,
Yes.
right? And then in the Acolyte, they find out that there's Sith only a few hundred years ago, and the guy who figures it out is Ki-Adi-Mundi in the Acolyte. So they totally just blew up that whole thing. Anyway, I could nerd out on that. It's just bad. It's so bad. Yeah, I did want to ask.
The Mall Show is really good. Man the Barbarian. See, Man the Barbarian just said that. I haven't watched it, but I've only heard good things about the new Darth Maul Show.
Yes, now that's one thing. The animated stuff, I think they really get right because it's different people.
Yeah, still Dave Filoni. Well, so was the new movie. I heard the new movie.
Well, he greenlit it. I don't know how much he had to do with it.
Okay.
I don't know, man. Yeah, because Dave Filoni, that's like the closest thing we have to George Lucas. But yeah, no, the animated stuff has been wonderful. Like, man, Tales of the Jedi, all that stuff.
Yeah,
was just
the
wonderful.
The Tales of the Jedi with young Qui-Gon and Count Dooku before he turns evil.
Yeah.
That's one of the best episodes of Star Wars media ever. I loved that.
It was amazing. Yeah, I just about a month ago I read the Dooku book. Phenomenal, and it fits right in with that. It's just phenomenal, man. Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it, but of course, Matt Wyoming with my own Wyoming Gun Project, he's here. He said the quiet part out loud. Lesbian space witches. Oh man, you said it. It's true. That's what it was. That's what it was. Yeah, man, that was good. The Kenobi show was good in parts.
Yeah, I agree with that statement.
Like the last episode, obviously between Anakin and him, amazing, right? The fight, the dialogue. I actually agreed that they needed to fight. I think that was great. But there was just a lot of it like, just shut up about Reva. Nobody cares about her. The Inquisitors were weird. Like, the head guy is supposed to have a pointy head, not a marble. Just, I'm a nerd. That's all. That's the whole story here.
I would really like. So we got a taste of this in the Kenobi show, and it's when Vader's walking through town, and that kid gets like blown up against the building, and then he walks by and just force breaks his neck.
Yes,
which is awesome. Like, that's Darth Vader shit.
Yeah.
We need a movie or something. Oh, I want a rated R.
Yes.
Darth Vader doing Sith Lord shit. Yeah. Like, show me why the entire galaxy is so afraid of him.
Yes. That what you just described, that moment in the town square, and the end of Rogue One.
Yeah.
That's what we want. And listen, here's the thing. Hayden's still down to clown. He's ready to go. And the stories have been written. Like, you know, in the comic books.
Oh my God, the EU, yeah.
Yeah. Like, there's that one story where the rebels chase him into the woods, and they ended up surrounding him, and they're like, Lord Vader, you're surrounded. Yeah. He's like, I'm only surrounded by fear and dead men, and he just slaughters them. Like,
that's what we need.
That's what we want. And honestly, you know what would be amazing? Show us the first, and they could do this where they jump back and forth in the timeline. Like, if you read the Vader books, it talks about the first, 3 months of his life in the suit is misery. Like, he couldn't walk, he couldn't breathe, he was claustrophobic and freaked out. He's trying to relearn how to fight and how to use the Force. And he was doing all these special projects on the side and hiding it from the Emperor. So he thought, the Emperor knows everything. But that would be an amazing storyline. Yeah, I mean, literally, there's decades between Return of the Jedi and or excuse me, Revenge of the Sith and New Hope.
Yeah.
So there's the materials sitting there, and Disney, if they did that just halfway right, they would make billions.
Yeah, I don't know why they keep doubling down on all this crap. It's the same. Have you guys seen the trailers for the new Odyssey movie? Look good, but have you heard anything else about it?
Hold on, I gotta pause real quick. Do you guys know who Everest Production Fan Films is? I see your comment, man. So he made some films based on the Plagueis books. He's made a 1 and a 2, and they're like hour-long films. They're incredible. They show the journey of like Plagueis, how he met Palpatine, and then how Palpatine was trained up and everything. Dude, I'm so honored to have you in here. They're amazing films. I left a comment on one of his posts today because he's got a real struggle. He's doing this thing the hard way, where he's actually producing these films and he's having them voice acted. He's not using AI, and everybody else is producing an AI film a day. But his stuff is authentic. The voice acting's phenomenal. The writing's phenomenal. So, if you guys are into Star Wars, go watch his Plagueis films. They're awesome. I literally have had watch parties about his films. So, honored to have you here, man.
That's super cool. I love that.
Yeah. No, the Plagueis, like, for those who maybe aren't even book readers, it's better than an audiobook because you get to see, like, for those who don't know, Palpatine killed his whole family, and he illustrates that out in the film. They're amazingly well done, and they're using the graphics of like an older video game, which is kind of cool.
I like that.
Yeah, it's nice because the problem with AI is you have that they can look good, but they have the uncanny valley that's just too weird.
Yes.
It doesn't connect. I connect with his stuff so much, man. It's just so well done. So, honored to have you here, bro. Seriously. Mike, as you were saying, I'm so sorry. I just wanted to acknowledge him.
So
Yeah.
I love stuff like that. The original Troy movie with Brad Pitt and all those guys is one of my favorite movies.
Yes.
So they're redoing it. Well, they're part of the Troy conflict is in it, but they're supposedly doing the whole Odyssey. And Elliot Page is playing Achilles, and I forget the woman's name who is playing Helen of Troy, but she doesn't look like she's from the Mediterranean, if you catch my drift.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff like that in that movie, and I don't know why why would you make a movie about that just to mess it up like why not care about the historical authenticity of any of it at all? Like, I understand that the whole thing's not really all that true, and how, it was written and recorded and embellished and XYZ. Yeah, sure. But like, what are we doing here? Who is this movie for?
Yeah. Yeah, man. I won't be seeing it. Like,
No. I hope it flopped.
It will. Of course it will. It'll get a little bump, I'm sure, because there's a lot of people. I agree. Troy's an amazing movie. Okay. Let's talk about some movies that I think should be remade. Not remade, part twos. Have you guys ever seen Contact with Jodie Foster?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It's an obscure movie. It's a 90s movie. Basically, the concept is she's one of these people who's listening to signals from outer space, and she's just been into it from her childhood and always just been obsessed with it. Well, she gets a signal. She decodes the signal, and it's a real message from another life form, and they're sending her blueprints. And so then the military gets involved, and they're like, okay, someone is trying to send us blueprints for maybe to communicate with them for a ship. We don't know, a reactor. So they, long story short, they build the thing. And essentially, she goes to this other dimension and they're basically told, "Hey, we invited you here. This is your first step. We want humanity to be a part of these other beings, right?" It's a really
That's a neat concept.
it's a cool movie. Like there's some cheesy parts, but I've watched the movie 3 times now. It's a good movie. And basically the movie ends with her, well, she's leaving this being's presence and she's like, well, can I come back? And they're like, this is your first step. You'll make another one. Well, it's been like 30 years. I would love to see her come back for the next step, and show that advancement. So yeah, that movie's kind of obscure, but it was one of those movies where it was like an Amazon, or not Amazon, YouTube free with ads kind of deal.
Yeah.
And so I just put it on and I was like, there's some cheesy, but if you really just get the story, it's very meaningful. It's deep. I think Jodie Foster is actually an underrated actress. I think she's pretty great. Like there was another movie where she, what was the name of the movie? Where she's like almost like a vigilante. You guys seen that one? It's actually really good. Like she basically just is like at a gas station and this dude tries to rob the gas station. She just shoots and kills him. And then she realizes, oh, I can just fix the city this way. And so she goes around and...
It's like Boondock Saints.
Oh, Boondock Saints. Legendary movie. Legendary movie. It's not nearly as good as Boondock Saints. I got your rope right here.
You're a stupid fucking rule. Isn't that right, Rambo?
Oh, I love it. That movie, oh my gosh. Legendary movie. You know what? I might have to pull a crack. He's here now. And just do like a Rumble watch through of Boondock Saints. That would be really fun.
Anytime that movie is on, I will sit down and watch it.
Yeah. 2 was terrible. It was offensive.
I've never seen the second one.
Don't.
Never seen it.
It's bad.
Speaking of sequels, have you seen that Heat is getting a sequel?
No. What?
Really?
So Heat 2, the book, has been out for a while, and Michael Mann co-wrote it, and I have it. It's very good. It's part prequel, it's part sequel, and the cast for Heat 2 looks awesome. Chris Arillis is being played by Leo DiCaprio.
Okay.
Christian Bale is playing Vincent Hanna, and I forget. Adam Driver, I think, is playing Robert De Niro's character.
Wow.
I'm excited. Like I said, the book was really good. I'm excited. That's a solid cast.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's right. See, man, there
was a
firefight. Dude, Willem Dafoe's character is just the most disturbing, hilarious dude
God.
ever.
When he's dressed up as the escort going into the house, and he kills that guy after almost having sex with him. He's like, that was close.
No, the best point in that whole movie is when he gets the phone call. He's in the bed with the dude, and he's like, "Fag."
What is trouble?
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, that movie is amazing. The first time I saw it, man, I saw it with my cousins, and I was just like hooked. And Rocco, he's like, you guys got to teach me that prayer. We're gonna kill everybody.
We got ourselves a cowboy.
That's right. love it. Oh man, I laugh so hard I sweat. Yeah, original Red Dawn, classic.
Yeah, great movie. The remake was terrible.
It was awful. Yeah.
Somebody could do a good one.
Donald Hay, he said the cat blowing up.
Killed your fucking cat.
What was his name?
What letter did it start with?
Oh, there's a great one. Matt, he said Way of the Gun. Absolutely, man.
Ooh.
Oh, the last 20 minutes are just cinema artwork. Especially like gun fu in movies. I think all of us are very particular, probably. And that's one, man. Those last 20 minutes where they're in that gunfight is like, that is solid gun fu, solid gun work. Yeah, amazing. Yep, Falling Down, good one. I'm such a fan of 90s movies. I think the pinnacle 90s movies, war movies, Black Hawk Down.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yep.
Just top shelf, and then Saving Private Ryan.
When did Platoon come out? That was like mid '80s, right? That's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Like '86, I think.
86, I think. Yep.
Yep.
Willem Dafoe in that movie is awesome.
Yeah. That's another good one. Mayonnaise Jello said The Book of Eli. Solid.
Face Off.
Yeah, face. God. We said good movies, Pete. Good movies. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Everest Productions said Dragon Slayer would be great. Yep. Oh, that's another one. Lord of the Rings, obviously, legendary.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, that's a good one. Full Metal Jacket, absolutely.
Oh yes.
Good call out there. So I'll tell you, I remember watching Full Metal Jacket when I first became an adult, and my dad was a Marine around when that, boot camp was that way. And there's a few movies where, like, I'll never forget watching that movie with him. In the first 30 minutes, the boot camp with R. Lee Ermey. He's like, that's real boot camp right there.
Sergeant Hartman.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many times growing up I heard, "Thank you very much. Can I be in charge for a while?" That, and then Black Hawk Down. He would always just get up and walk away when Shugart and Gordon, their last stand. He's
Oh
like,
my god.
because he knew them, and so he's like, "Nah, I can't watch that." Or I think he knew one of them, but yeah, Band of Brothers. I struggle with Band of Brothers. I'm gonna be honest, because Saving Private Ryan was so perfect, so authentic. I mean, one thing, if you watch like the behind the scenes, they were really particular even about like rate of fire for certain guns. They wanted to get the MG42 right. They also wanted to make sure they differentiated the rate of fire between that and the 1919. They have the proper rate of fire. The Thompsons. But then you go over to Band of Brothers, and you've got Garnier. Remember when they first jump in, and he jumps out in front of the horse and buggy with all the Germans, and he fires something like 98 rounds out of a 30-round stick mag. For me, that show
It
just
takes you
dropped.
right out of it.
Yeah, that show just dropped off for me. I mean, it's good, it's beautiful, it's amazing, but I struggled with it a little bit.
The Pacific is similar. I mean, they're both very good, but stuff like that. They definitely lost some of that like
Yeah,
high tier production value stuff.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, Full Metal Jacket. I've watched that. Couldn't tell you how many times.
Lower
Yeah,
budget, yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure.
Well, it just, yeah, I mean, Saving Private Ryan, just thing after thing after thing, just was so right. I mean, they didn't get Omaha Beach super correct because it was a little short. They got the things that were supposed to knock over the boats. They put them in backwards. They were supposed to.
Oh,
Be
I never
face-
noticed that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, the things that like it's like this, right?
Yeah, what are those called?
I don't remember what they're called, but the whole idea was the ramp is supposed to be facing out to sea so that the
You
boats
can
would
stick out.
hit them and fall over, or the landing craft. Um, and they should have been out in the wake, not on shore. Um, and they're backwards in that landing scene, so they're doing nothing. um, Overall, though, just phenomenal. Even down to like when I was in EMT school, you know how they talk about how the Marines back in the day watched Heat for what a gunfight was pretty
Yeah.
realistic. We watched Saving Private Ryan in EMT school because it was like, yeah, that's what a real bullet wound looks like. It was that dead on, and they just did everything so well. Um, yeah,
Yeah, Pulp Fiction was 93 or 94, I think.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. What'd you see?
Uh, Crack's got a pretty solid Pulp Fiction quote in the.
Yeah, that's a good one. Oh man, yeah. I'm trying to think. Like, man. So for me, another amazing movie, Apollo 13. Um,
That's the one with Tom Hanks, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's,
Amazing movie. Again, the detail that they went to, like, and that's the thing about I feel like '90s movies. There's just a real honest attempt at authenticity in a way that we just don't have now. Like it seems so rare to get a movie that tries to be really authentic.
agreed. I saw an interview. It was actually with Matt Damon, who I wouldn't have thought would. It doesn't matter. And he was saying that the stuff like that happens, or it doesn't happen now, rather, because of the way that streaming has taken over. And these movies have to make all of their money in the box office, as opposed to in the everything before now. You got like you could make half as much money in the box office, and then you'd make almost your other half with your DVD and VHS sales,
Yeah.
and that's not a thing anymore. So you have to all of your movies have the kind of production value and staying value to make all of their money in the movie theater,
Yeah.
which I suppose makes sense.
Totally. I get it. I mean, yeah, it just takes you out of it, you know. Okay. Let's talk about some Western movies. I've got some
Oh,
bangers.
Tombstone 93 banger.
100%. Now, I want to make some recommendations that are recent that I think are top shelf. Appaloosa.
Yep. Oh yeah, I have that on DVD. That's a great movie.
Great movie. The gun fu in that movie is top shelf. You watch proper single action army reloads in that movie. True Grit. Fantastic gun.
I never
fu.
saw the remake.
The remake is so good.
Very good.
It's
Yeah.
hilarious and it's sad and it's awesome. Old Henry.
Never seen that.
Oh, okay. You must listen. I will tell you, just go buy it on Amazon right now because it's basically a take on a theory about Billy the Kid. So there were some people who believed that Billy the Kid really didn't get shot and killed. And some people thought he kind of escaped and he lived and all this stuff. And so the movie is basically operating on the premise that what if that really happened? And
I dig that.
it's so good. And so he's living this life as a farmer in the middle of nowhere with his son. His wife died. And he's just trying to lay low and live his life. And some bad dudes come across him, and we get to just see Billy the Kid in action. And the reveal that it's him will give you maximum chills. Just how it happens, I don't want to spoil
Okay.
it. But the gun fu in that movie also, there's a scene where he's hiding behind a corner. He's literally ejecting the brass out of his single action army, because that actor is a solid gun guy. He did the Ballad of, what was it?
Buster Scruggs.
Yes, and he really cut his teeth with the single action in that whole movie. And now he goes to this movie, and you see some solid gun fu in that movie. Even just like how the just the ballistics, the gun sounds, the recoil, everything about it is so good. Yeah. Oh, I see a lot of people saying Old Henry was legit. It is. It's Outlaw Josie Wales, absolutely.
Oh yeah, absolute classic.
Fistful of Dollars. Fistful of Dollars. What was it, 2 or more?
A few dollars more.
Yeah, and then Good, Bad, and the Ugly. Yeah, that trifecta is. That's a tough one. Josie Wales over Fistful of Dollars.
I personally like Outlaw Josie Wales better.
Yeah, that's a tough one. You're probably right. I'll tell you. Here's some blasphemy. I think John Wayne sucks. I don't like any of those movies.
Especially what's the Vietnam movie he did? That was
Green
terrible.
Berets.
I did not care for that at all.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Yeah, it's very cavalier, cheesy. When you watch Clint Eastwood, you believe that guy's killed somebody with a 45. Like he has the grit. I don't know. The John Wayne thing is so campy and cheesy, and I've watched a pile of his movies. I've got a box set of John Wayne movies, and every time I'm watching them, I'm just like, I can't get into this. Which, speaking of Clint Eastwood, I think you have a poster over your shoulder, Mark. Gran Torino.
Oh, good movie.
Yeah.
Legendary movie. Give me another beer, Dragon Lady.
I did a Gran Torino post a few weeks ago. That scene where he gets out of the truck with a wrench and a 1911 in his belt. I fucking love that.
I know who I want to be when I turn 70. Like
Yeah.
that's yeah. What are you spooks doing? I love it. That whole movie is just artwork, man.
Yeah, I picked up some movie posters when a Blockbuster was going out of business. I went in there just to see what they had, so I grabbed that. I've also got Johnny Depp from Public Enemy with this Thompson.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
Actually, I'll step out of frame here a minute and I'll grab it. It's right
Yeah.
here.
Your camera tried to follow you. It's like, where are you going? Oh,
That's a
great
sweet
one.
poster.
Yeah. Freaking 1928, man.
28 Thompson, rock and roll.
Yeah. What's the Tom Hanks movie with the around that same time period? The Road. I can't remember. It's got some good stuff in there. Okay, we got to talk about this. Why nobody has made a modern adaptation of the Alvin York story makes me want to shoot blood out of my eyes.
Oh my god. Okay, so I think about this all the time. Do you
Yeah.
guys know who the Fed Electrician is on
Yeah.
YouTube?
Yeah.
That and Forgotten Weapons are my two favorite channels. No
They're
offense.
awesome.
But basically every time he does a video, I'm like, why isn't there a movie about this guy?
Yeah.
So much potential for. I mean, even if you wanted to call it like U.S. military propaganda, call it whatever you want. Give me a movie like that. Roy Benavidez, Carlos Hathcock, all those guys. Just, I would eat that shit up all day long.
They're just sitting there, like, and particularly I think about Alvin York. What made him the Medal of Honor winner and the all that is huge, but he has a real story that's full of meaning. Like, he was a drunkard and getting in bar fights and all this stuff, and his life was a mess. And basically, he cleans himself up. He starts going to church, and he becomes like a conscientious objector. And he's like, I don't want to go to war. And essentially, he has a long conversation with his pastor, and he goes out for several days and just like prays it, because now he feels convicted. There's this war going on. He feels like he should go. He ends up going, and then this amazing thing happens where, like, he has 109 Germans surrender to him single-handedly, or 100
insane like that.
Yeah, at the muzzle end of a Luger.
Oh man. That's why I can't watch that movie. It's like,
Gary Cooper, 1942.
Yep. But you just think about it, like, how amazing would that story be? And I mean, I would love to see like Spielberg or somebody who understands history and war movies, because he did Saving Private Ryan, right?
Yeah.
I just, what a waste. What an
Since we're in that time frame, I'll throw one out there that's actually surprisingly good. I think was The Lost Battalion.
Yeah,
that was a much better movie than I was expecting, especially since Ricky Schroeder was in it. So
yeah,
it wasn't bad.
It wasn't. You guys remember the show Black Sheep?
No.
Oh man, it was about the in the Pacific during World War II. That maybe I'm saying the show
about Black Sheep Squadron.
Yeah. Fantastic show. I used to watch that growing up, but they took it down because they were using real combat footage of the dogfights in that show, and like Corsairs shooting down Zeros and stuff.
I actually went to it was an air show back in 2002 in Indianapolis, right outside of Indianapolis. It was called The Gathering of Corsairs and Legends. And they had some of the original Black Sheep, and I met those guys. And a couple of the actors were there too. And I've got an A2 flight jacket, so I got autographs from everybody who was there and the inside of my jacket.
Wow.
So if you watch the show, I talked to Robert Ginty, who was TJ Wiley. He was the guy that couldn't fly and always cracked up his plane and shot Pappy down a couple of times. And then Red West, who played Sergeant Micklin, he was the gruff old maintenance sergeant that always talked about those college boys when he had his cigar in his mouth. He was there too, and I met him and talked to him. They were pretty cool. And what was interesting was this was 30 years literally after the show was on, and they were surprised how popular the show was. It only ran 2 seasons, but I remember watching that show when it was originally on. So
it was on the History Channel, like when I was growing up, and I'm telling you, I watched all of the episodes on repeat, and I just loved it because I've always been into I've always been into old stuff, but particularly like the aircraft. Man, just the Corsairs and the P-51s, just such character and muscle in those aircraft. Yes. I'll never forget when they took that show down. I remember seeing the article that basically somebody complained because they're like, well, we're watching real people die. It's like, you can't see anything, dude. Like, stop. That's cool. Okay, Fearless Journey said they still play the Black Sheep series. That's cool if they brought it back. I
actually have it on DVD. I can see the discs right here, so
that's cool.
I get it out and watch it once in a while. But I have a family connection to the Corsair. If we're going to a little bit of history, there are a couple other companies besides Chance Vought that built the Corsair, and one of them was Goodyear Aircraft in Akron, Ohio, and that's where I'm from originally. And during World War II, one of my grandfathers was too old to go into war, so he worked at the Goodyear factory working on Corsairs. And in the Korean War, my father was on an aircraft carrier, and he was a maintenance guy, and he worked on Corsairs also. So I have a family connection to that airplane, which is kind of cool.
That's amazing.
It is cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually moderate a Facebook page on the Corsair. If you go over and look at it, it's about all I do on Facebook, but I log in about once a day and play sheriff to make sure everybody's playing nicely in the sandbox. But we have like 20,000 members in the group. So,
Wow.
but
Yeah.
I post photos and do little historical write-ups about stuff
Yeah.
periodically. So
There's an air show about 30 minutes from me once a year. There's also another one, Sun and Fun. I'm sure a lot of people have heard of.
I've been to Sun and Fun.
Yeah, it's a big one. And we used to be on the flight path for like the big ones, like the B-17s and the Liberators. When they would fly those, they would fly right over the house, and man, you could hear them coming from miles away. There was no sneaking up on those things. But there was one time, 3 P-51s. It still gives me chills. I was outside mowing the lawn. My mower ran out of gas, and I turned the key off, slide left, and look up. Woo, just these 3 P-51s right over the top of me, and I was like, am I dying? Like, what is this? It was so amazing. Oh, that Seaman. Thank you. Blood Diamond.
Oh,
Top tier movie. Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
That is I had a Blood Diamond carbine build I was working on that I abandoned, but yes.
it's definitely on the list, especially now that H&R basically makes one ready to go.
It's for real. The suppressor is the only hard part. But yeah, going back to the Corsair thing, there's a beautiful video on YouTube about the Corsair. It's like done in 4K, and it shows the whole startup and everything. And oh my gosh, super inspiring.
Yeah, we have 3 members of our Facebook group that are actually current Corsair pilots.
Oh, so
So
cool.
if you see one at an air show, it's probably one of these guys flying it. So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
That's
So I've actually asked them to do technical write-ups
mhm.
on what it's like to fly one, versus watching an old documentary or Black Sheep Squadron or whatever.
Yeah,
So it's pretty cool. Very cool.
yeah, they're amazing, man. Absolutely amazing.
We need more movies about the Korean War. Totally agree.
Yep,
A lot of cool stories in there.
absolutely.
I think the reason we don't is China.
Yes. Yep, pretty simple. Yeah, man, there's so many good movies just floating out there. And there's been a lot of movies about World War One, but man, next to no good ones.
Right.
I didn't even really care for 1917.
Yeah, I love that movie for a few reasons, but because it is based on a true story.
And the camera work is impressive.
It is. It's very accurate in terms of like the warfare side and the equipment and the soundscape and everything. But man, like there was that movie with Daniel Craig that was about World War One. I don't remember what it was called. Trash, utter trash. It was terrible. I'm always on the hunt for a good World War One movie, but it just feels like, man, nobody's telling the stories from these.
They try to tell these weird, obscure stories. What was that one called? War Horse, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
You
know
saw that?
Yes.
That had the potential to be something really, really good and interesting. And then, they did one on the Lafayette Escadrille called Flyboys.
Yep.
Yeah, that one.
That could have told the story accurately. There really was a Lafayette Escadrille, but they Hollywoodized it, just like a lot of other movies. Like keep Nicolas Cage away from any World War II movie.
Yeah.
You
For
know,
sure.
so it just
So somebody's saying my audio's low. It did it again. It just drops my audio. How about now? Check, check.
You sound good to me.
Okay.
Craig said that there is a good movie about the 1914 Christmas truce. So that's the one that's all. I don't think any of it's in English. If we're talking about the same movie,
Yeah.
it's the guy who plays. Oh, I forget his name. In Inglourious Bastards, the one that they make the fake movie about. Zolder, Ziegler or something.
Yeah.
That actor, and he's in it, and it's excellent. There's a scene where I don't know if this was anecdotal or they made this up or whatever,
Yeah.
but there's a scene where the officers come together and they're showing each other pictures of their wives, and one of the guys lost his wallet. So he doesn't have a picture of his wife, but he drew a picture of his wife in a little notepad, and he shows the German guy. And the German guy, who's that actor, says, something to the effect of, "Do you live on so and so lane?" And he was like, "Yeah. How do you know that?" And he's like, "I found your wallet in a trench raid. I have your wallet." And they, and then they show it, and they show the picture next to the drawing he did of his wife, and it was that. Oh,
Man.
that story. The fact that that's real, the Christmas truce in general, just absolutely breaks my heart. I think about that. I think about that so often.
Yeah.
It hurts my insides.
Yeah, man. I was talking with, which I don't think he's on here tonight, Ian, my channel sponsor. And the first time we had talked on the phone, he was making jokes about how, like, Americans don't like the Brits. And I said, man, it's not true for me, because I specifically talked about World War One. I said, what England gave in a single day at the Somme is gut wrenching. I mean, we're talking about like 16, 17, 18-year-old boys climbing over a hill and just getting mowed down by the tens of thousands. And that's so hard for us to understand, that number, without really seeing it.
Oh, you can't fathom that.
No, man. It's just, World War One. I mean, all war sucks, but World War One, there's something, the callousness towards human life is just different. I'm not saying it's worse, because World War II, technically more people died. But the idea of just throwing bodies at each other to gain a few hundred yards is just wacko, man. It's so excuse me. It's so dark, and and just the what makes World War One so much more amazing too is you have this explosion of firearms development. I mean, even just artillery, the artillery development, and how they would shell each other for a week, shooting like 800,000 shells at a single hill before they charge, and all those guys are so screwed up from that.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
just look at technology in general. Airplanes, submarines, flamethrowers, machine guns, practical hand grenades. All of that stuff was
chemical warfare.
Chemical warfare, exactly. Flamethrower, all that stuff was basically first used then or developed during the time.
Yeah. I remember when I was in college, I got my degree in history. I used to be a teacher. And I was reading a bunch of translated letters home from the Germans, and because I needed a bunch of primary source documents. Doesn't matter. I remember reading one. This boy, I don't remember how old he was, but he was under 20 years old, and he was a machine gunner, and he was writing home to his mother about, I forget what battle, doesn't matter, but he was shooting so many enemy soldiers, so many Allied soldiers, and he was killing so many of them that he had to stop. He stopped himself. He walked away from his machine gun because he couldn't keep shooting them. They just kept sending more and more. And he's pouring this out to his mother. I mean, this poor kid, I mean, I understand, like, people died on the other end, but like imagine that like mental toll. Like if he
No.
made it out of the war, I mean, he lived with that for his whole life,
Yeah.
and he's the guy who won that battle. Like, oh, I can't even imagine.
Yeah. It's brutal, man. It's absolutely brutal on both sides. Yeah. I remember watching an interview with a guy who was on a machine gun on D-Day. And he said very much the same thing. He's like, they just kept coming. And he's like, I felt so bad for those American boys. He's like, they didn't stand a chance. And yeah, man, um, it is absolutely heartbreaking. Which is why a lot of people, I don't think it's just my age, but I know it's true. People my age are so rabidly against war because like all the people that I know my age are very into history, and even my friends who have gone to war, it's like the only people who want to go to war are the ones who haven't been there and don't know history. And yeah, there's just nothing good about it. There's so few good reasons to go to war. Like I my little boy threw something through my front window the other day, and so I have to get my entire front window replaced. $1,600 later. And the guy who came to price the window, he's talking about this Iran situation, right? And he's like, I don't know why we don't just nuke them. And I'm like, do you hear yourself? Like, I didn't say this because I don't know him. I don't want to engage with this, but I'm just like, you just want to nuke a country. And he says the same stupid line, because they hate our freedom. I'm like, you have no freaking clue what they don't. It just makes me want to shoot blood out of my eyes, man. I'm like, I can't do it.
Crack said no more brother wars, and I've been feeling that sentiment a lot. I think the West in general needs to come together.
Yeah.
As a whole. There's a book called The Overflowing of Friendship that talks about men leading up to the American Revolution, basically, and how so many people were torn about the idea of going to war with Britain. And why? Because, we just got out of what we call the French and Indian War. And, they just spent all this time and money and troops helping us win this war. And now we're going to go to war with them. And the mindset that a lot of those guys were in of like, I'm definitely not saying that I don't support American independence. So don't take it that way. However, understanding the loss of human life that is going to come with a war and the kinds of things that, like, these aren't some faraway different people. Like, we have the same culture and the same language and the same morals and values. And these are the people that we're going to go to war against. And I was rereading that book recently and just thinking about all of that in a modern context just kind of made me shift my perspective of like, I was definitely one of those people, and still do in a joking way, but like make fun of the Brits and XYZ. But really, at the end of the day, we are just cousins across the pond who share a morals and customs and all of that kind of thing. And I think there needs to be a lot more coming together of that type of people, that group of people who share that background, more than all of the division that is fed to us all the time.
100%. And you really get that sense when you read the drafts and the actual lists of grievances to King George.
Yes.
When you read what they're basically saying, look, we don't want to do this. We do not want to do this. Like, we can solve this with diplomacy. We can do this civilly. Here are our issues, and they give use cases for, like, you did it here, you can do it here. They're trying in every way they can to not do this. And then you fast forward to, the Civil War is the saddest one to me, the saddest war of all. Because it's just like, I can't imagine just American killing American for. I mean, I understand the both sides, right? It started as really a states' rights thing, but man, like if you guys have never seen the movie Gettysburg in the '90s, top tier movie, amazing movie.
Yeah, that's a
The
good one.
overwhelming majority of the shots fired in that movie are real black powder. The entirety of the extras in that movie are reenactors who volunteered. They brought their own rifles, their own outfits. They were already trained in all of the tactics. And then they actually filmed that movie on Gettysburg grounds, which what
I didn't
other
know
movie?
that. That's really cool.
Yeah, no other movie. Like when you see Little Round Top in the movie, that's where people fought. That is, you're looking at Little Round Top. Like, who is it? Chamberlain's Charge. Was that his name? Chamberlain. You know,
Yeah.
when you're watching that scene, those are the rocks where they fought that battle, right? But anyway, that movie, it's got a lot of little in between scenes with, you know, the Union guys talking with the Confederates. It's just so sad, man. Like there's a song from Tool, and it's got this line. It's like brother killing brother over pieces of the ground, and it's just like, God, dude, like it's terrible. It's so sad.
Yeah, back when my first 4 years in the military were in the Navy,
Mm.
and I had a guy in my shop that was a reenactor, and he took leave to go be an extra in that movie.
No
kidding.
shit.
Yeah, and he brought his gear in, and on his lunchtime, I remember he had his like the shelter half, which was white canvas, and he had literally a 1 quart paint can of tar. That's because that's what they waterproofed it. So he brought it in the shop, and on lunchtime, he's got out a chip brush, and he's putting this tar on this white canvas to waterproof it.
Wow.
And back in those days, you could get away with a lot. He brought his musket in, but he also was an extra in a movie called April Morn, which is about Lexington and Concord.
Hmm.
And he and I went there once. It was, if I remember correctly, it's April 17th is the date. But we went to Lexington Green, and there was a big reenactment of that. And right about 6 a.m., it's getting light enough, and you hear, you know, Paul Revere comes running through and his horse, and then you hear the drums of the approaching British. But anyway, he was in a movie called April Morn, which was about the battle there. And he and I went, and he told me everything about it before we went there. And I watched the movie and actually saw him in a 2-second scene.
Mm.
So pretty cool. But he quit doing that kind of reenacting and got into the Civil War stuff and ended up, he did several movies. There was Gettysburg. There was another one that was, I can't remember, but he specifically took time off from work, took leave to go be an extra in Gettysburg. And they filmed part of it in Western Massachusetts because to get as authentic as possible, they needed to get the background scenery with the colors of the trees and the foliage just right. And they picked a certain place in Western Massachusetts, and he had to go there for like 3 or 4 days, and he got paid like $50 a day or something like that, as I recall. It wasn't a lot.
Yeah.
But
that's
yeah, they
amazing.
went to great lengths for accuracy and authenticity with that movie.
Yeah, I think now that you say that, so I grew up in Western Massachusetts.
That's
And I think they filmed that in Lee, which is like a half hour from where I grew up.
Might have been. Yeah, I don't recall specifically. But
Yeah, I do think it was, yeah. But yeah, that's cool. It's as soon as you said that, I do remember hearing about that.
you know that's another. It's just sparking my memory. You know, another movie that they need to do that is just sitting there that hasn't been done well with all the ones in the past. Little Bighorn.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, man, That's another one. By the way, T. Burkhoff said he was an extra in the film. Little Round Top was not filmed on the real play, so I got that wrong. I believe you if you were there. But that's cool. You were an extra in the film. That's amazing.
Pickett's
Yeah.
Charge.
Yeah, man. Like I have rewatched that movie Gettysburg so many times. I'll just be really like transparent with you guys. The reason I think that movie, here's why it's important for me, is as wild as a lot of the political divides get, that's where we don't want to be. I don't want to be in that position where American versus American. I think it's, my time in the fire department gave me enough of a taste of death to realize I don't want to be involved in that. It's not cool. It's not fun. Usually about 40% of the people who die in wars are women and children. So, it's not something we want to mess with. As cavalier as we get about the opposite side. But yeah, no, Little Round Top, that's one. The Wild West in general, like, man, the Lewis and Clark journey.
That would be a cool one.
Oh my gosh. Like all
And
those
well
guys.
documented, like we have their journals.
Yeah. Yeah. If you guys haven't listened to the Wild West Extravaganza, he's got a podcast where he does like he just scripts his own history telling of Wild West stuff. And he did a 4-hour special on Lewis and Clark. It is so incredible. Like what those guys did, those were hard dudes, them and their whole crew. Yeah, just amazing, that whole story. That's another good movie. The Revenant.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah, good one.
And
sure.
The fact that Glass was a real dude and really went through all that, holy crap.
Oh, speaking of messed up dudes in movies, my favorite book is Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy. I don't know if you've ever read it.
I haven't.
It is one of the most messed up stories you've ever heard. It's a Western, I guess. It takes place in 1847 to 48. And it follows the real Glanton gang, who are real people, through the eyes of a fictional, the main character is just named the Kid. And they're supposed to be, people have tried to make it into a movie a couple times, but it's so graphic and so messed up that nobody's followed through with it. But apparently they just got, I forget the guy's name, but they got a director for it and they're going to try to put it into production. It's a fantastic book. All of Cormac McCarthy's books are very good. Even All the Pretty Horses, which isn't like a typical McCarthy messed up book, but that's a really good one too. Also a Western. Super messed up. I mean, it follows this gang who basically survives by the bounty that the U.S. government put on Native American scalps in the Indian Wars, pre and post Civil War. But they're operating in South Texas and New Mexico and Arizona, and they figure out that Mexican scalps look a lot like Indian scalps.
Oh boy.
And they do a lot of messed up stuff. And there's a character called Judge Holden who was a real historical figure, and he is all like the embodiment of evil. He is terrible. And to see that put into a movie, I'm very excited. I would love for more people to know about that book and to see it and to read it. And it's just very good. However, if you're a little bit squeamish, there are some very messed up scenes in that book.
Yeah.
But supposedly it's coming to film, so I'm excited.
Well, listen, history is what it is,
Yeah.
Like, what was it? The Green Meadows Massacre. That whole story.
I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, I want to say oh gosh, I'm going to get this wrong. It was like 1870s, somewhere on there, 1880s. I'm probably getting that wrong, but early America, man, just all these, you had a lot of like new religions being born and then competing with one another. specifically the Mormons, and the Mormons hired some natives and did some messed up stuff, kind of very similar thing. Yeah, like we've been saying, there's so many good movies just sitting there waiting to be had.
On that particular story, Carl from In Range did a very good video on that.
On the Mountain
Several-
Meadows Massacre?
Fairly old, yeah.
Okay.
But on that exact story there, it's pretty good. It's pretty disturbing too what took place there.
It is.
It's well worth watching. So search it out on In Range.
Yeah. He's great.
So
I
yeah.
love his channel. There's a good one. Seaman, Ruby Ridge.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd love to see that movie done right so that people get the proper ire that they should have.
yeah. If they make the ATF out to be like the heroes in that, I will riot.
Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah, like I don't want to see they better not make a scene where it shows them getting the awards that they got because I will have a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, Teddy Roosevelt, another god, man.
The Donner Party.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so many good ones. Well, guys, it's been a good podcast. This has been really fun. I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up. It's 11 my time. Donner Party. It's rough.
Correct.
But hey, thank you guys for being here, and this was fun.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
good time.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, next time I'm going to try to get Baron and Matt in here, and some other folks for sure. But fun one, man. Fun one for sure. And thank you guys in the chats. You guys have been here for the whole thing as well. It's been awesome. And yeah, anything. Well, first of all, I'm always so bad at this. Mike, where can everybody find you?
On Instagram, Cut Rate Clones, where we post cheap, affordable guns and clones of things.
Yes.
And on YouTube, Cut Rate History. I was telling these guys earlier, the content has been very slow lately. I've been very busy, but we're getting back to it. So YouTube, Cut Rate History, Instagram, Cut Rate Clones.
And your stuff is genuinely good. I didn't know you had a degree in history.
Yes, I used to be it when I got out of college. I was a history teacher.
That's awesome, dude. Should have led with that. No, but I can tell you have a passion for it. You got a flair for it. And, me and Mark were talking offline, probably a couple weeks ago that your stuff's just genuinely good. And,
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
man.
great.
It's not like, because sometimes you watch some history stuff and it's people that just want to be right.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, there's like, you can hear what genuine interest sounds like in your stuff. You sound interested in it. Obviously well read. So
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
yeah, man, absolutely. It's true. All right. Well, that is it, everyone. Appreciate you guys being here. And we'll see you on the next one.
Sounds good.
See you guys.
Good night.
Nope.